Tonight, police are still searching for the people responsible for a mass shooting in Philadelphia. We will share with you what we've learned so far about the victims. Abortion rights top of mind ahead of Decision 2022, how candidates are working to get voters out to the polls this week, and a winter activity backed by popular demand when you can try out the ice bumper cars in the Star City. Trust me when I tell you that is a lot of fun. We appreciate your company here for 10 News at 6 on this Sunday evening. I'm McKinley Struther. We begin in the Hill City tonight, where one person was sent to the hospital after being shot in the leg. Here's what we know. Police say the man was found on Buchanan Street with a gunshot wound just before 11 last night. They say they originally responded to reports of gunfire on Pierce Street. Police say they located a house that was shot at. No one was hurt inside that home, but soon after they located the man and a car that was shot. They say he was treated at Lynchburg General Hospital and has since been released. This is an ongoing investigation, so of course, if you have any information, you are asked to give police a call. Police are searching for the people responsible for a mass shooting in Philadelphia last night. Officials say at least 9 people were hurt. The shooting happened around 10:45 outside of a bar. Police say multiple gunmen exited a black vehicle and opened fire on a crowd standing on a sidewalk before they left the scene. Initially, 2 people were in critical condition, 7 stable. 5 people were upgraded to critical later this morning.
Hopefully be able to get some additional information as well as video surveillance that may be able to help us identify who's responsible for this.
Police say they have recovered at least 40 pieces of ballistic evidence. The 9 victims range in age from 23 to 40 years old, and so far no weapons have been found, according to police. I check your forecast right now. Meteorologist Marshall Downing is here. So good to be back with you. Wasn't here yesterday, so thank you to Brittany Weir for coming in for me. But it was so rainy yesterday. I mean, it wasn't much to do, but it was beautiful today.
Yeah, we started off a little bit rainy and then started to get nice in the afternoon. Tomorrow's going to be really on the warm side and then get back towards average for the middle of the week. Right now, there's not a whole lot of rain left over in the eastern part of the country. Some little showers in Kentucky and Tennessee. So I don't think we're totally done with rain yet, but we don't really have a lot left over. By midnight, we're pretty dry, and we're going to stay dry throughout Monday. There's bits and pieces making their way through Nebraska, Iowa. We're not getting that anytime soon. The next time we have rain is really probably not till Thursday or Friday. Most of our temperatures are going to be just under 70 degrees consistently this evening, with fewer and fewer clouds the later in the night that we get. Now, that's still going from overcast to more mostly cloudy, and so we'll have clouds waking up tomorrow, and we'll even have a little bit of fog with all the moisture that we've got left over from the clouds here and there. Our temperatures are going to climb up a whole lot, though, on Monday, because we start warm, we have extra sunshine, extra heat comes in, takes us towards 80 for a lot of our highs. Pretty soon after that, the colder air from our northwest starts to win out, so that's going to push away the warm temperatures. We'll still stay sunny for a few days, but our temperatures are definitely going to decrease. Then with a cold front towards the end of the week, we're going to have some rain and even cooler temperatures. We might be looking at highs in the 40s for this weekend. Stick around, I'll take you through all the ups and downs in the temperatures and how the rain is looking for the end of the week. Back to you, McKinley.
Alrighty, Election Day just 2 days away at this point. Abortion rights have been one of the top priorities for many Democratic candidates, especially in Ohio and the state of Pennsylvania. One Western Pennsylvania Planned Parenthood director says her location saw about a 30% increase in patients coming from Ohio after that state banned abortions after 6 weeks. Meanwhile, pro-life organizers in Ohio hope the momentum of reversing Roe v. Wade carries over into Election Day.
If they're able to do this for abortion rights, that we know that it can happen to other things like access to contraceptives.
They see that now is our time. We actually have the ability to end abortion this year.
A court has temporarily paused the abortion ban in Ohio, but the case will likely reach the state's Supreme Court. Both sides of the argument looking to the future as voters head to the polls to help shape what's to come.
We know that abortion is energizing Democratic voters. We've seen that in our polling, but it still is not among the top 3 issues when you ask folks what's the most important issue facing the country.
One thing is clear as we head into Election Day, both sides are working nonstop to get us to get out and vote. When teaching the next generation of voters, one school is taking a hands-on approach to simulate our democratic process. A government class at Roanoke Catholic held a mock debate for the 6th Congressional District. Students represented the candidates, Republican incumbent Ben Cline and Democratic challenger Jennifer Lewis. When asked questions on various issues, the students answered them according to how they think the candidates would. They even represented local media with their own 10 News reporter. They say it's a good learning experience and, well, it was fun.
I definitely learned how to talk in front of most of the school. Yeah, I think that's a great thing I learned. Also, working together. You know, it's always good to work with my classmates and kind of get to grow with them a bit more. So that was great, too.
And I heard that one of the reporters that had 10 News in front of her name was Sydney as well. And of course, we have Sydney Jackstimer here. Well, you have to wait until Monday to see if someone wins that record high Powerball jackpot. Last night's drawing for the record prize did not have a winner. The jackpot, so it now sits at $1.9 billion. The next drawing, again, tomorrow night, but depending on your numbers, smaller prizes are up for grabs. The numbers pulled were 28, 45, 53, 56, 69. Powerball was 20. So check those tickets, and if you have any of those matching numbers, if you do, sign your ticket as soon as you can, and of course, cash it in. Back by popular demand, the fun winter tradition you can do right here in the Star City. And later, we'll introduce you to an outdoor loving team with dreams of becoming a chef or an artist just after the break. Starting today, ice bumper cars at the Berkland Center back by popular demand. If you like bumper cars, just imagine driving them on ice. Their controls are like playing a video game with the joystick to help you spin around. Tickets are just $9 per time slot, but some dates are already sold out. But you can hop in a bumper car next weekend, November 12th and December 20th. A full list of dates can be found on our website, of course, that is WSLS.com. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is still nearly 3 weeks away, but its inflatable stars were getting a test run this weekend. The floats were inflated and prepped before the test flight. Some of the balloons are as tall as a 5-story building. This year's balloon lineup includes Bluey from the popular animated series Sinclair's Dino, Stuart the Minion, and astronaut Snoopy. Coming up, meet Kyle, a teen in the foster care system looking for a family to help him reach his goals in life. But first, we leave you with a live look from our Roanoke Skycam 610, and it already looks like midnight. We'll have to sit around and complain about that for the next few weeks till we get adjusted. But we'll have a check of your forecast with meteorologist Marshall Downing just after the break. Stay with us.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4.
In 30 Days of Hope, we want to tell you about a teen who is fascinated by electronics and will work on really any device you put in front of him. 10 News anchor Jenna Zipson tonight introduces us to Kyle, who also loves playing cards and baseball.
Family means to me is to be loved and treated well.
Kyle is a sweet young man with a unique sense of humor and can make anyone laugh.
I'm smart and I am talented. The things I'm good at is baseball, football, and cornhole. My perfect day would be playing outside and going somewhere, like just jump, or just having fun around the house.
The 13-year-old loves being outside so much, he wishes the sun would never go down. He will create fun and interesting projects using the items he finds in nature.
What I would like to be is either a chef or an artist. The food I would like to rain down would either be hot dogs or hamburgers. A fun way to celebrate my birthday is either go to a place and have some fun or stay home and play games and open presents. Like if we were going out to have fun, like go to Dollywood and ride roller coasters or go to a pool and play.
Although he has been through a lot in his life, he is resilient and a pleasure to be around.
The thing I want in a family is to feel loved and to be loved by the parents.
Kyle enjoys playing with younger kids and is on the autism spectrum. He's just one of the children we're featuring during 30 Days of Hope, trying to find families for the hundreds of kids in foster care across Virginia in danger of aging out of the system without a family. If you're interested in foster care or adoption, head to WSLS.com and click on 30 Days of Hope. Jenna Zibton, 10 News, working for you.
The 10 News Weather Authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
Good evening, everyone. Thankfully, it's not too wet for this evening. A lot of our rainfall kind of finished up earlier during the day. There's little pieces here and there left over, but that's all the more we're going to have. Through this evening, we have, again, those little tiny pieces of showers until about midnight. Then that really breaks up. Now, we still have plenty of moisture in the air. Between the rain the past few days, all clouds that we've got, there is a whole lot of water to work with. So clouds are still there. Some fog is possible early on Monday. That's going to dissipate pretty quickly once the sun rises. And so are those clouds. We go to partly cloudy by noon. By 5 p.m., we're looking at mostly sunny skies, and we stay pretty clear through Monday evening going into Tuesday. With that sun and extra warmth coming our direction, we're going to be well above average. Averages this time of year in the mid-60s, not quite towards that Thanksgiving point where we get to the mid-50s, but it's going to feel more like mid to early September with how warm our temperatures are going to be. A lot of air is coming onshore from the Atlantic that's fighting against some colder air from the northwest. So for Monday, the warmer air towards the southeast wins out. A lot of our highs push towards 80. Roanoke gets to 80. Lynchburg at 81. NRV and Highlands in the mid-70s. Now on Tuesday, the cold front finally pushes down towards the southeast. We've already used up most of our moisture, so it doesn't really cause rain, but it does bring our temperatures down a lot. Highs in Roanoke, Lynchburg, and Southside all in the mid-60s. NRV and Highlands limited to the low 60s. On top of that, Monday night going into Tuesday morning, we've got a lunar eclipse, so that is a little bit before the coldest weather gets here, but our temperatures are still going to take a big dive that night, so expect it to be in the 40s that morning. The best time to see it is just before 6 a.m. That's when we're looking at the full eclipse of the moon instead of it being partially covered by the Earth's shadow and before it exits. But once we get past sunrise at 6:50, we're not going to be able to see too much of the moon. It's going to slip below the horizon, so try to see it right around 6. After that, might as well get the extra sleep. A lot of our temperatures are going to be around 60 overnight with all of that cloud cover and moisture in the air. We hold on to plenty of heat. Blacksburg at 57, Bedford 64, Danville 59. That heat combined with the extra coming on from the Atlantic helps take our temperatures to the 70s and 80s tomorrow. Blacksburg 75, Lexington at 80, and South Boston at 82. On the extended forecast, temperatures are going to be in the mid-60s on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, decrease into the upper 50s. And we're losing heat in the overnights, too. So not exactly warm as we go through the middle of the week. Now, we do have showers coming for us Friday and Saturday. There's another cold front there. It's not going to be as drastic a change as what we have for Monday going into Tuesday, but we're going to be below average. Sunday, I think we're going to have some highs in the 40s. So definitely a big switch as we go through November. Fall is one of those transition seasons like spring is, so it's not totally unheard of to go from 80s to 40s, but it's still not the most pleasant thing in the world.
My grandmother would say that's pneumonia weather. Now, whether that's true or not doesn't matter, but that's what she would say. From 80 to 37?
Yeah, it
that's
certainly
a whiplash.
feels like that.
Yeah. All right, well, we're already working on 10 News at 11. Final pushes this weekend ahead of Election Day on Tuesday, how each side is working in key battleground states, and what is at stake for Decision 2022.
And coming up in sports, a check on the NASCAR Cups Series championship out in Phoenix. Liberty has moved up in the AP Top 25 poll, and a word from the VT women ahead of their season opener Monday night. That and more next in sports.
And now, the Freedom First Sports Desk.
NASCAR Cup Series championship in Phoenix. Moment of silence at the start for Coy Gibbs, the father of Ty Gibbs, who passed away overnight. On the track, Joey Logano was on the pole and he went on to claim stage one. Later on lap 159, Ryan Blaney had a pass on his teammate there, Logano, for the lead. He had some issues to close out the stage, but he did hold on for the stage win. Restart in stage three, Blaney is leading, but Chase Elliott in fifth. He's the first championship car, but look at this, he goes low, but Ross Chastain already there, sends Elliott spinning out, his toe link destroyed. He is currently 3 laps down as we speak. Speaking of the other standings, the race winding down. Blaney still in the lead. Logano and Bell have been battling as the highest running championship drivers. Logano going for his second career Cup title. We'll have more on that tonight at 11. They knew it would be a tall task, but the Liberty Flames were up for the challenge as it hit the road for a tough battle with Arkansas. While they raced to a 21-3 lead, it took a big defensive stand in the second half that sealed the 21-19 victory.
I brought a lot of good teams up here to this stadium back when I was in the league as an assistant and then as a head coach, and I never left here real happy. And who would have thought that my first win in Fayetteville would have been with Liberty, a little FBS school that just turned into FBS for the last 4 years. And I think it just speaks to our culture, our staff, and just our kids' grit.
With the win, Liberty has jumped up to number 19 in the nation in the latest AP Top 25 poll. Flames will host UConn on Saturday. In the ACC, the UVA Cavaliers played a tough game with number 17 UNC, but the Tar Heels offense proved to be too much in the 31-28 win in Charlottesville. While both teams looked similar in the box score, over 400 yards of offense, clock management in the fourth proved to be the difference as the Cavaliers fell to 3-6 on the season, but the will to win is still present.
These young men got some pride to them. They're competitive. They want to win. But I've also said, you got to learn how to win. And I think today, the guys learned or got closer to learning how to win. But I'm really proud of those guys, the way that they fought. But man, this one hurts a lot because they were so close.
In the NFL, Kirk Cousins was back in D.C. as the Vikings took on the Commanders, down 10-3 when Taylor Heineke finds Curtis Samuel in not one or two, not single or double, but triple coverage right here. Samuel hauls it in, falls backwards in the end zone for the touchdown. 10-7 Washington lead. More Commanders in the fourth quarter. Dax Milne, a 6-yard score. Washington had a 10-point lead, but late in the game, Harrison Smith picked off Heineke, put Minnesota in great territory, and it led to this. Kirk Cousins to Dalvin Cook. You like that? We're tied at 17, and Greg Joseph was the difference. Vikings get the win 20-17. When it comes to playing as a complete team, there's nothing better than having all the pieces to what could be a beautiful puzzle. Take Virginia Tech women's basketball, for example. Sharpshooters, excellent guard play, an inside presence, and a refreshing culture. It's been a beautiful work in progress since head coach Kenny Brooks and staff came to Blacksburg. Now, with that said, Virginia Tech, which starts the season ranked 13th, knows it's playing with a huge target on its back since they have the talent bursting out of the seams at Castle Coliseum.
We're a game that people are really looking forward to from a lot of programs. We're looking forward to playing that game against Virginia Tech. And so we know that. But we have a very mature group, and we understand that it's not really about what other people are going to do. If we go out and we focus on ourselves and what we're capable of doing, everything else will take care of itself.
I think now, the game has finally slowed down for me a little bit. And that's helpful for me, but I think it's also helpful because I can help my teammates and our new transfers.
I think my job coming in here is just to really gel with the group and maybe bring a different type of energy and different type of style of play in that forward position. And so, like people said previously, definitely running the floor, getting those offensive rebounds. Being a facilitator is definitely where my role, I feel like, is going to be for this team.
Hokies open up tomorrow night, 5 p.m. tip-off with Mount St. Mary's. And look at the other slate of hoops action that we got. The men hosting Delaware State at 9, UVA women in action at 5, and, of course, the UVA men at 9 o'clock with North Carolina Central in Charlottesville. Time to cut it out. Astros took care of business last night. Of course, they got the World Series win. They did it in 6 games against the Phillies. Jeremy Pena named the MVP. First World Series win also for iconic manager Dusty Baker. So it's been a long time coming for him. It's been around for a while. So finally glad to see him get that.
I know it was a good time in Houston last night.
Oh, I know H-Town was probably fired up.
We were giving Brittany a little bit of hope because the Eagles are still doing well. So one little thing at a time.
Right, that's right.
Thankfully, our weather's cooperating for Monday. It's going to be on the warm side. And then Tuesday and Wednesday we cool down, but still sunny there. Thursday we have a little bit of extra cloud cover coming out ahead of a cold front. It's going to bring rain Friday into Saturday morning. I think we get a little bit of a break with some sun later on Saturday, but then clouds come back, and we're going to be pretty cool for the weekend. Temperatures dropping from 80 on Monday into the 40s on Sunday.
All right, that's it for us for 10 News at 6. We'll see you back here on TV tonight for 10 News at 11 after the game.